glowing. It could be the whiskey. It could be the fire. It could be the fire and the whiskey.
Could be fire and the whiskey.
Fire and whiskey.
We're live.
That's kind of cool. We can welcome to fire and whiskey.
So welcome to fire and whiskey. Two of my favorite things.
I mean, if we stay out here all season,
We could do fire and whiskey. I like it.
we could be welcome to fire and whiskey.
Or
Brought to you by American Whiskey Experience. I am James. This is Pete.
How are you?
Sounds like a commercial.
It does. It does.
Yeah, let's roll with it.
Roll with it. Go
Hey,
with it.
American Whiskey Experience, sitting by the fire. Fire and whiskey.
Pete and James.
Pete and James. American Whiskey Experience. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We got it out of the way. So we could drink more.
I like that.
All right.
Let's get to the.
And it's getting dark out. It's getting cold out.
All right. But it's toasty. We got some
It is
toast.
toasty.
It is.
I'm actually, I could stay out here all night.
Me too.
And just,
I'm in.
as long as we have a bottle of whiskey.
Fire and
with us.
whiskey.
Yeah,
Fire, we're
that's it.
good. We're
Fire
good.
and whiskey. Hey, what are we drinking, Pete?
We are drinking Larceny Barrel Proof Batch A122. So a nice friend of mine, I don't know who, might have picked this up for me out of state.
Yes.
And this is one I've been, Larceny Barrel Proof is something I've wanted to try for a long period of time, and we really don't see it very often.
Nope.
And if we do, it's a ridiculous price. So this is a Heaven Hill product.
Yes.
This is the January 22 release. Proof on this is 124.4.
You are right.
And there is no age statement, but it is probably about 6 to 8 years on this one.
Yep.
It's been open for about 2 weeks.
You said you marked
It's in black in the back.
Oh, it's
hard to see.
Oh yeah, 10, maybe 10-1.
Yeah, it was all about.
I think it was 10-1.
About 3 weeks.
And so his really good friend.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was away in Vermont in August. Saw this in a package store. There was 2 of them.
Right.
And sent a message saying, "Hey, there's 2 of these bottles. Do you want one?" Didn't hear back from
Somebody.
Or somebody. Yeah. I guess. Okay, so it was me. It was me that was the friend.
Yep.
But picked 1 bottle up, and the package store in Vermont was literally like a 5-minute ride in the center of town. So I'm like, I'm gonna go back and I'll pick up the second one. They had dust on them, so no one really knew about them.
Right.
Guess who forgot to go to the
Get
package
away for
store
yourself
on the way home?
Yeah, you.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him the bottle anyway.
Right. Which you're gonna drink, so.
Which is a good friend, if you ask me.
It is.
So,
It is.
I could have said, you know what? There was only 1 bottle. I could have made.
Sorry.
I was like, you know what?
But it's not as if you didn't buy like 10 other bottles that
I
weekend.
did.
So.
Well, we drank 5 bottles in 3 days.
So.
But yeah. So unfortunately, I did not get a bottle, but I could share yours and whatever,
Absolutely.
and I appreciate that. I was shocked when I saw it. It had dust on there.
Go figure.
And it's a good package store up in Wilmington, Vermont.
Right.
Near Mount Snow.
Cool.
So yeah, Larceny.
So no age statement, but about 6 to 8 years.
Yep.
Mash bill: 68 corn, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley, so it's a wheated bourbon.
Yeah.
MSRP on this was about 75. You got it for about 75.
Yeah.
So you paid regular price.
I paid MSRP,
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Interesting that we found it, and very excited to try it. I've had it open for a little bit. Had a couple pours, did some tasting notes on this thing, so I'm actually not going to lead you into what I've tasted.
Right. And we've had other...
Full disclosure, we had a little pour of this prior to the video.
We did.
Just because we wanted to get, our...
acclimated to this.
Yeah,
I mean, we did 2 other reviews, but, the proofs were 195, so we wanted to make sure our palate was ready.
It was ready to go.
Yeah.
So I think it's ready to go.
And we've had other barrel proof from Larceny before.
No, they're standard offering from Larceny.
We never had a barrel proof one?
No.
Batch? No?
Nope.
I thought we did. Maybe I had a sample of something.
You had a sample.
I think I had. I did have a sample, and I think I gave you the
yes.
B. It was a B something sample.
Yes. Yeah.
But I had a very small sample of it.
2 years ago?
Yeah, maybe
2 years
a year or two ago.
A year or 2 ago.
Yep.
But the regular Larceny I like.
Yep.
Very inexpensive, budget pour, wheated bourbon.
Yeah.
Pretty tasty.
It's got a nice dark color to it. I mean, it's a little darker than.
It is dark out, but
what we
it's
did.
dark color.
Yeah. It's dark whiskey. Light to dark. It's somewhere between light and dark whiskey.
It is.
Color. And so let's go to the nose. I mean, if you know.
So I'm not gonna lead you. I'm gonna let you kind of dictate what you got going on, and I'll follow up because I don't want to steer you in a certain direction.
So I like the nose. So it's not ethanol, it's not boozy. I thought it was going to be.
At 124, 100%. I was thinking there'd be more ethanol off the nose.
I thought I was going to pick up a lot of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
instead I'm picking up like a somewhere between like a sweet maple syrup to like a butterscotch.
Okay.
To the butterscotch is very light though, now that I think about it. But
You get any spice?
Caramel. I do get spice, but not like an anisette type spice.
Anise, like fennel, like that kind of thing? Or,
Yeah.
So I get a lot of dark fruit. I get a lot of plum and prune, sweet tobacco, like
prune. No, I don't get prune.
like sweet tobacco, and I get
tobacco.
and I definitely get some hotter spices. I get like some cinnamon, some cloves. It's a little hotter. It's not ethanol hot, but I definitely get some spice. But that sweet layer,
like a French toast smell to it, but not like a cinnamon, like a hot cinnamon.
We're a little different there. I mean, like the tobacco, that dark fruit,
yeah,
stewed prunes, syrupy, rich fruit, dark fruit.
Yeah, I'm different,
right?
I could understand the dark fruit,
yeah,
a little bit, but
Let's taste.
Do you get any orange on that or anything like that?
Like
chocolate orange.
Now that you say it, like orange zest.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's what I was getting to now. Okay, I just want to make sure. I thought it was
cheers.
Me. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers to everybody watching. Friends, family, countrymen, Romans. Tastes just like it did last time.
Did it?
Yeah,
Okay.
earlier, yeah.
All right.
So, I thought for me, being that the proof it was, knowing what larceny is all about, and knowing barrel proof in the past, samples I've had, hot, spice. But I'm getting sweet. I'm getting, man, this is totally opposite of anything I would have. You know me, and I'm
kind of shocked what your impression of this is, and then that's why I didn't kind of want to go first here.
I'm not getting any of that very faint little spice at the end, but nothing on the palate for spice right now.
Like the base of the palate for
graham
me,
cracker.
Base of the palate for me is like roasted chestnut, castine. Like Christmas chestnuts roasted. That's that little bit of brown sugar. That's like the
brown sugar.
That's like the layer, and then I get a lot of old dry oak, spice and heat on the palate. I'm getting cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, all those layers on top of that brown sugar, the roasted chestnut, the old oak.
Yeah.
Those are all really present in the palate. It's oily. It definitely has some mouthfeel to it. The finish is again spice, dry oak. Those are dominant, and it actually, for me, intensifies in the back end. Like so, I get more of that. Little bits of leather and tobacco on the back end.
So the weigh-in finish now is starting to kick in and give a little heat. I'm feeling that Kentucky hug.
Right.
But it took a while to get there. So there's a little bit of spice on the back end. There's a little oiliness to it, but it's a light oiliness, a light weight to me.
Medium?
On the oiliness. Yeah,
Medium.
It's a little lighter than medium.
So like that back end is where, like, for me, is again spice dominant, dry oak flavor, leather, tobacco.
A lot of leather. A lot of leather and dry oak.
I mean, honestly, I really enjoy this. It took some time for my palate to adjust to this when I first poured it.
You're not getting any graham cracker or anything like that?
Like, I think that
or like a
I can see like
what? Not Frosted Flakes, but like Wheaties, like that type of
like the cereal
grain.
sweeter, like that whatever grain cereal with some brown sugar.
Yeah, something like that.
I could see
definitely
that.
like a Wheaties type of cereal.
It's weird, like that
and then you add sugar to it,
like
or you add some sweetness to it.
That roasted chestnut flavor, like for me, was like, because like when Christmas time, we always do those chestnuts at Christmas.
Yeah.
And then like they're kind of like almost gooey.
Yeah, if they're cooked right. Yeah.
When they're good,
perfect.
They're like gooey, and they have like that sweetness to them, but then that roasted and that nuttiness to it.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so like
that's
when they're that
Christmas time.
Yeah. So like that's like my layer of
that's what you're
sweet.
getting.
And then because it's like a nice blend of a little bit of sweet.
Yep.
But that dry oak, the spice, those flavors are really prevalent for me.
The heat is coming on now on the end for me, where I would only want to drink like 2 to 3 ounces of this and then go to something else.
Yeah. It's got a good spice. It really does.
I like it. I like it because I'm surprised that it's different than I thought it was. Price point was awesome.
Yeah,
I think it's for me. It's a one pour for the night and go to something else.
So it's nice to me that there's that spice here, because typically I'm not a wheated bourbon fan.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not a fan of it. I just prefer higher rye bourbon than wheated. So it's nice to see that.
Sometimes wheated bourbons tend to be a little sweeter in certain ways too, and I don't think it's
right.
I don't think it's
not overly sweet.
It's not overly sweet, and it's a different type of sweet.
I think the sweetest part of this was the nose for me.
Yeah.
There's some of that, that stewed fruit, that dark fruit prune.
I just thought it was going to be more spicy on the palate for me, and it's not. And I like to revisit this as a first pour of the night.
Absolutely.
To see.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe the other 2 bottles that we tried earlier today might have kind of switched things up a little bit.
Yeah. No, this is definitely.
But I like it.
It's good.
But I think I'd only want to drink 1 or 2 ounces of it, and then go to something else as a kicker. Start this off. Get the engine running. Just because for the wheated bourbon sometimes they stick around a little longer and it gives a little
big.
Yeah, just more than normal. And I don't know if it's like a heartburn type thing or whatever.
The 2 times I poured this in the past was basically a 1 ounce pour.
Yeah.
Sample.
I think that's good.
First pour. I was interested in what it was going to be like.
Yeah.
It didn't disappoint. The first pour of it was very dominant heat, dry, and I was almost disappointed.
It's not dry right now.
No, but then I went back to a second pour of it a couple days later, and then it changed, opened up a little bit. There were definitely more flavors in there, so interesting.
Yeah,
definitely interesting. But
yeah, I get that. I do get that frosted. Again, not Frosted Flakes. It's
like,
Wheaties.
Like Golden Grams.
Golden Grams. Oh,
Yeah.
Golden Grams.
How about that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did say French toast before.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty good. There's some kind of cereal to it.
Yeah.
Some kind of corn flake cereal to it.
Yeah, no, I like it, man.
It's good.
If you could find this at $75
at MSRP.
Yeah, it's a buy, man. It's a buy. I mean, I'm sure it's going for more.
Yeah. No, I think I know this year's batch, the C, whatever it is.
The C batch
is like $100, I think.
Yeah.
Or close to it, I see.
Yep.
That they're selling it for. So I don't know what the big markup is, if there's a huge markup on that or not.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't buy it for $100 unless you really like the.
Yeah. No, I've always wanted.
This bottle's gonna last you for a while.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted to try this, and I've never seen one.
Yeah.
So like for me, it was like an absolute. I need it, and I want it.
But I would definitely go to this as a first pour of the night.
Yep.
Or like you're getting ready to go out to dinner or something, you pour yourself, sometimes the wife's getting ready.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this up a little bit because what?
Start the night off.
Let's start the night off right.
All right. All right. I like it.
It'll be cheaper that way too.
I like it. Right.
Going out.
Oh, but again, I think we both enjoy this one.
Yeah, I can't say anything negative about it.
I think we both would buy it for the same price. We saw it again.
100%.
Even $80, you'd probably, would spend $80.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
But
I know that this bottle would be, come back 6 months from now and it maybe be like a little bit. It would take me a good year or so.
It would take a while.
Really.
Depends on how many people I'm pouring with. If it was just me, it might take a little while. But a few others.
Me, you, and Brandon and Mike, it would probably be empty by tomorrow. Brandon would be like, I love it. And just keep
I'll be strong.
Yeah. But he likes those high proof, so
he does.
That's his palate. So I like it.
Yeah, so overall, I think it's a win. I think it's a great bottle.
I agree.
I enjoyed opening, enjoyed sharing it. Glad we could, give you guys a review, tell us what we thought. And thanks for your support.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Have a good night.
Tobacco,
right? Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I thought it was going to be a lot spicier there.